Good morning, it's James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And I really am praying super hard this morning that I do this message justice. I want this message to come through. I want it to enter your heart space. I want it to make you slow down lovingly and really move into a space of grace today. I would love this to happen for many reasons, but based on the idea around something called epigenetic forgiveness. Epigenetic forgiveness. We have talked a lot over the last few years about epigenetics, which simply means to be living above your genes, where we have the opportunity to integrate and employ various lifestyle practices, emotional work, spiritual work, that allows us to emancipate ourselves from our genetic history, generations of genetic history, through how we lead our life today. And specifically today, I want to talk about the research that speaks to relationships with ourselves. Now, I've been on the planet 58 years, and I can look back over my life, and I can see and still feel, I can still feel times in my life where I saw versions of myself, I lived versions of myself, with the level of knowledge, the level of wisdom, if you can call it that, the level of just where I was at in my life at that time, and how I demonstrated my life, whether it was faith-filled, authentic, honest, loving, kind, to myself. I'd love for you to take a moment right now, maybe just look back over your life and think about times in your life where you gave your power away, or you condemned yourself for not being who you believed you should have been, would have loved to have been, looking back at your life and saying to yourself, gosh, if I'd only been more loving, kind, authentic, honest, courageous at that time, I would feel so much better about myself. Well, in the relationship to epigenetics, they have examined how our genes express certain experiences over and over again, based on historical ways that we've led our life. But more than anything, they have seen how it is that one of the most important practices that we can do, and this is the hard part, every single one of us across the planet, I do believe, can look back over their life and go, oh my gosh, that was such a window. That was such a window of opportunity, and I missed it. I didn't step into it fully. My faith, it wasn't where it needed to be to allow me to be who I really am. So what we know from epigenetics and how we can move with our gene expression, heal a lot of our history, if not all of our history. And I mean that, all of our history. You know, chronic not enoughness based on dragging around historical baggage that no longer serves us is one of the most punishing ways for our genes to try to fight through and express vitality, health, and energy, and livingness and aliveness. So here's the practice, forgiveness. Studies show that we can look back at our life, choose areas where we know what we've been housing, memories, things that we did, things that we said, things that we didn't do or say, that we wish we could go back and rewrite. Well, there's no magic that we can go back and say, oh, okay, I'm going to go back and just place myself in that experience, and then I'm going to turn it around and do it the way I know I would love to do it now. But here's what we can do now. We can simply, heroically, courageously, compassionately, and honestly forgive ourselves. When we do that, we literally pull out memories that are housed genetically into us and continually present themselves in us. We get an opportunity to look with fresh eyes. Let's call them soft eyes of forgiveness, soft eyes of hope, an open-hearted wonder and curiosity about, oh my gosh, at that time, this is who I was, but this is who I am now. And I can look back at that little boy or that little girl or something I did just a week ago, something I did this morning, and lovingly place our eyes on that person that is us, and simply forgive her, forgive him. Move forward under the influence of grace and ease, knowing that forgiveness creates conscientiousness in the future. When we forgive ourselves, we tend to have a vision that we can see how we'd love to show up moving forward in our life based on historically how we didn't. But when we forgive ourselves, we actually move forward and say, I won't miss it next time. I will be authentic, loving, kind, courageous, honest next time. This is next time, right here, right now. Let's step in. Forgive means to give ahead of time. Let's give ourselves ahead of time a life that we love. With that, much love, every blessing. Have an awesome day. Thanks for showing up. Peace and blessings. Bye for now.